So after what was pretty good, interesting Elimination Chamber pay-per-view event early on this afternoon. By the way, if you haven't checked out my Elimination Chamber review, man, go check it out. Tonight, I'm here to bring you all your 2022 No Surrender Impact Wrestling No Surrender pay-per-view event. I've been saying it from the beginning. Impact Wrestling, I feel like low-key has been underrated. Like some of the stuff they've been doing with this Team Impact, I don't know more. Moose, obviously, this whole Bullet Club thing, even with Matt Cardona, I feel like that Impact as a whole should be getting just a little bit more credit. But, yeah. Anyways, overall, I thought this was a pretty good show for the most part. So let's not waste any time, man. Let's get straight into it. First off, man, we had Jake Something defeating Ace Austin, Chris Bay, Mike Bailey. This was a four-way match where the winner will become the #1 contender for the Impact X Division champion, that man being Mr. Trey Miguel. Overall, I thought this was a really good opener. In my opinion, one of the best matches of the night, to be quite honest with you. This was a really, 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 really good match. I mean, all around, back and forth. It was really good. So Jake Something gets the win there. That Mike Bailey guy, I believe, who's the new guy, he really showed out tonight as well. So really cool for him. All right, next, man, we had Jonah defeating Black Taurus, just like I predicted. Jonah defeating Black Taurus. I mean, this was a solid match. It was kind of predictable for me in a sense because you knew Jonah was going to get the W. You knew Jonah was going to get the win. So, I mean, from a match standpoint, it was, like I said, it was all right. So, it wasn't a bad match per se, but, it wasn't like match the night if, you know what I mean? But, yeah. Okay. Next, we had Jay White. I actually like this match too. Jay White, Eric Young. Jay White being the leader of the Bullet Club. Eric Young being the leader by Violent Design. Man, this was a really good match from both men. Jay White gets the win, rightfully so. I mean, Jay White, he's coming in here. He's coming in here, an impact onto the U.S. You got to get him some wins. So, yeah, man, Jay White wins. So good for him. All right, next we had the ROH Women's World Championship. Deonna Purrazzo defending her belt against Miranda Ali's. I mean, this was an open like contenders title, not contenders, but this is an open challenge, so anyone could have came out here. Some were saying that maybe we could have saw Ember Moon come out, but this woman came out, and I mean, it was an okay match. Deonna Purrazzo gets the win as expected, so good win for Deonna Purrazzo, retaining her ROH Women's World Championship. All right, next we have Matt Cardona defeating Johnny Grace by DQ. I thought it was a pretty good match for what it was worth. Matt Cardona does retain. He does retain the Impact Digital Media Championship, of course, so maybe they'll have one last match, or this will probably be it as Matt Cardona moves on. But in the end, man, Matt Cardona retains his Impact Digital Media Championship. Next, we had a tag team match playoff for the Impact World Tag Team Championships. We had the Good Brothers defending their titles against GOD, Guerrillas of Destiny. And the caveat at this, man, I mean, for the most part, it was a solid match. But it was the ending that got a lot of people like, oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? We saw Chris Bay come out, he was distracting the ref, but it seemed like he was distracting for too long to the point where you had Tanga Loa like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, get off the apron, like, stop, like, you're ruining the match for us. Jay White comes out, and he attacks Tama Tonga, hits him with the blader on there, and boom, yada boom, the Good Brothers win, and they stand over Tanga Tonga, and just absolutely crazy. So what does this mean? Is the Good Brothers, well, obviously the Good Brothers are with Chris Bay and Jay White, but what does this mean with Bullet Club? Is GOD, who been with Bullet Club since damn near the beginning, are they out of Bullet Club? Are they officially out of Bullet Club? God knows. We'll have to see next. But next we had Hardcore Country, Mickie James defending her Impact Knockouts Championship against Tasha Steele. I thought this was a pretty good match. We did see Chelsea Green come out. Now, it's obviously with Mickie James telling Chelsea Green, hey, once I beat Tasha tonight, which she did, then you'll be next in line for the title. So they're going to do Mickie James and Chelsea Green next. Wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea pulls a Matt Cardona, turns heel, and in and of herself, she wins the Impact Knockouts Championship. But as far as this match goes, that was pretty good. Tasha played really good, getting the heel heat. She was calling out Mickie James' husband. So I thought that was pretty funny. But, yeah. All right, next, man, we had the Impact World Championship being defended. Moose defeating W. Morsley. I thought this was a pretty good match, but, you know, from a match standpoint, you kind of knew Moose was going to retain the title. So, yeah, Moose retains the title, man. And what was, like I said, it was a pretty good matchup between both men. And, yeah, Moose is still Impact World Champ. All right, so the main event at this, we had Team Impact, Chris Sabin, Willie Mack, Rhino, Rick Swann, Steve Maclin, taking on Honor No More, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, PCO, Vincent, and Kenny King with the beautiful and the wonderful Marina Kanellis by ringside. And obviously, Mr. Eddie Edwards was supposed to be in this match, but he got attacked by Honor No More. But we saw that finish, Eddie Edwards coming out and surprisingly turning on Team Impact. Honor No More gets the win. I mean, this is insane, honestly. Eddie Edwards, one of the guys that you would say is the heart and soul of Impact Wrestling, turns on Team Impact. Like that's really shocking. Like I'm gonna really have to see why Eddie Edwards did this. Everyone's gonna be like, why Eddie? Why? You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be really interesting to see why Eddie Edwards did what he did. But so far, man, tonight overall Impact Wrestling, really good show for the most part. Like I said, man, I feel like Impact Wrestling doesn't really get a lot of credit now. You know, everyone's talking about what AEW is doing. Everyone's talking about what, you know, WWE is doing or what New Japan is doing. You know, when really we should give a lot of more attention to Impact, because let's be real, they've been doing some pretty good stuff recently. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this review, man. But again, if you haven't seen my Elimination Chamber review, go check it out. Short one, a short, sweet, to the point, so you'll probably enjoy it. This has been the Kid DC Wrestling, and so, yeah.